Here's today's update on the pond. I got all the pile of rocks moved into the pond that I've now been wheelbarrowing because my garden tractor with the trailer broke down and I've got to get this done. So now I'm wheelbarrowing loads of rocks, such as this one. And of course the big pile that I had, these are too small. These are rocks that are maybe going to be added in after I fill it back up if I want to surround plants or something, but I need big ones to finish the job. So this is where I'm at now. I got this little hillside here. This was a hill going downhill that I put a lot of lilies on. So I got this done, put some gravel on it, and then I laid rocks interlocking in such a way that when it's full, the water goes just a little deeper than this pot here. So my smallest plants I should be able to put on top of this wider top to the retaining wall and all the nooks and crannies are where their roots can, infiltrate. And then as the rock wall goes along here, it gets lower, and so it will be deeper here. And I can put bigger plants like lilies along here. And then going up toward the path, there's a path under all those loose rocks there. I'm going to keep laying rocks down like this, probably just one rock deep all the way up. And then I will have a base for taller plants. And I think I'm going to keep all the extra rocks this size, tuck them away somewhere around the pond. And then if I start putting all plants in here and it's a little too deep, I will have some extra rocks nearby to stack up and make a shallower place to put some of the smaller plants. Because this will be easy. This last little section will be easy to keep building and working on underwater because the water is only along this path. It's about, I don't know, 12, 14 inches deep along this path. And so then when you're walking along the path and you look over here, which is sort of a lily garden, it can be 2 to 3 feet deep right there. So it'll be easy to keep working on and adding rocks to build it up a little more. And then I have to finish right along here. I've pulled the rocks away and exposed the liner again. And I'm going to tuck the plants back against it with some good gravel, and I'm finding specifically curved rocks like this that I can put around the plants, and they'll sort of hug the side of the pond a little better. And then I'm going to find really flat, thin rocks to put on top of the liner so you don't actually see the liner anymore. But that will be the very last section of this absolutely humongous, never-ending project. But I couldn't be more pleased with how sturdy I've made it and how much I've fixed in here, especially this spot over here. This is one of the original planter areas around here, and this is really deep. Where I'm standing with the phone at eye level, for me, we would be completely underwater right here. The water goes all the way to those little bright green plants straight back there. The water's about 6 inches up on those plants. So the water would be over my head right here. And so that's one planter area I had. In this one here, I tried to make a planter area and it collapsed like right away. So I've shored this up completely and I've built a really nice high wall around it. And I put some good sturdy steps. I don't need this to be an actual staircase down into the pond because if you enter here, like I said, where I was, the water's over your head. So you would just, if you wanted to get in over here, you would go down that staircase and just swim right into the deep water. It instantly gets deep right here, 10 feet deep. So this is more for plants, to maintain my plants. I can stand here and I can, have the water like up to my ribs and I have something to stand on and I can work on all the plants I can put in here. The smaller plants can go on the rock wall ledge next to it. And then it leads to this other planting ledge area and yet another one down there, and all the way around back to the very front of the pond. I have managed to finally establish paths, ledges, and sturdy planting areas. May this be the very last time I have to do this.